Hello, everybody. Welcome into Den Talks. We take a look at Cleburne County Tiger football. Tommy Wood along with Coach Vaughn Lee as we take a look at the Tiger season each and every week. Glad to have you checking us out wherever you may be. And, Coach, appreciate you taking time to jump in here with us today.
Yes, sir. It's good to be here.
All right, let's talk a little bit. Last week you fall to Handley, a score of 35-14. Handley, one of the top teams in Class 4A. They always are, just a very traditional, rich program. And talk a little bit about that ball game.
Well, you know, we were outmatched size-wise, speed-wise. Their players are a little older and a little bigger and stronger. But I felt like, you know, at halftime, we didn't respond very well the first half. I don't think we competed the way we probably could have competed. And at halftime, we just challenged our guys to, look, we're going to win the second half. And so we achieved that. We scored 14 points in the second half and allowed 7 and tried to turn that positive, because I knew that would kind of get the ball rolling this week as we go into our homecoming game against Talladega. And I just feel like the response we got at halftime was good, positive. We got a lot of good effort the second half, played much better. Just felt like, you know, after a pretty bad first half, that our second half we responded and we're ready to take this momentum into this week.
As we watch some of these highlights, you talk about falling behind 28-0 there at the halftime, and a lot of big plays by the Handley offense. But you know, the thing that you got to be most pleased is your kids never quit. I mean, they kept battling, and you can see it on the highlights where, you know, breaking some arm tackles and trying to get that extra yardage and blocking up front. It looked to me like this was, you got to be pleased with the effort of your guys and just showing that fight no matter what.
You know, we talk about that extra effort, in the second half, I felt like, you know, our guys left. You know, we had a lot of guys, for some reason, we had a lot of cramping going on, and we had some issues with depth, and we're missing a guy or two, and then that depth, those guys all of a sudden get a lot more reps, and we did have kind of a humid night, and as the cramps set in, and we felt like that we had some younger guys step up. I look around, we probably had 4 or 5 freshmen on the field at one time there in the fourth quarter, and those guys played hard too, and we really liked the way they responded.
It's a region game, so you fall 0-1 in the region, and again, I know the goal right now is just to get those region wins and how important they are down the middle of the season.
Yeah, you know, our goal every week is to go 1-0, and we'll let all that iron itself out. I do feel like Handley would be the best team in the region right now, just kind of talking around to other coaches, and I know they started slow, but, you know, traditionally they're going to be strong, and I felt like they improved a lot last week as well. So, you know, our goal is to be to that point, you know, to where they are, and we're there years and years ago, and I feel confident we'll get back there. I just feel like, you know, our guys are fighting these small battles every day to get to where we're going to get, and we're going to keep our focus locked in on being 1-0 each week and try to win each practice as well.
Talk a little bit about Randall Brown. I thought he had a great game, and I think he's your player of the week.
He is. He was. Randall came in the second half and gave us a big spark offensively. He was our running back, and I don't know the exact stats. I just know he played very hard when he was in there, and he just moved to running back a few weeks ago, but he really gave our team a spark, and his energy and his mental toughness and his physical toughness and the effort he gives is contagious, and it really kind of sparked our team, and so that's why he won Player of the Week.
It all starts with guys up front. Talk about your lineman of the week.
Well, you know, just watching film, I was real worried about their nose guard. He had done a great job the week before, being very disruptive to the offense, and so you know, we really kind of hyped Hunter Morgan up to say, okay, now this guy don't need to live in our backfield, and he gives extreme effort, and just really was worried about that, and I thought Hunter did a good job of, you know, when it was his assignment to block the nose guard, that he did a good job of that, and I thought he graded out pretty well.
Well, Coach, one thing that we want to talk about, you know, I like that you guys do, and that is recognize those scout team players. I mean, you know, that's something that they may not hear their name on Friday night, but they are very instrumental in getting your team ready each and every week.
Yes. each week we try to pick someone who really tries to push our starting group and tries to give good reps and get our attention. I felt like during the summer that was Randall Brown, and our scout team guy. That's kind of how he was kind of pushed into the position he was in the other night. So he earned all that being the scout team running back. And so I feel like we're getting some guys that are trying to push us through the scout team ranks, I guess you could say, and we're getting good effort out of those guys.
So yeah, I mean, you talk about guys that have come in huge for you. And I think Karsten Williams on your scout team last week really gave your team a good picture.
He did. He gives good effort. We pick on him some. I give him the name Flat Rock because he likes to go down to the lake some, and so he gives good effort, and he's a freshman, and sometimes you forget that, and he really gives good effort, and he goes on the scout team and moves wherever we need him to move. He usually tries to simulate the best player they have sometimes as far as receivers go, or if he's a running back, and we put that number on him, and he does a good job responding to it. He's going to be better for it in the long run.
This week is homecoming at Ellie Bell Field, and talk a little bit about homecoming, seeing some of those guys that have played before get a chance to come back home and watch you on the sidelines and take a look at this edition of the Tigers.
Yeah, we hope to have a big turnout for homecoming. It's always a big deal here at Cleveland County High School. I'm excited to see some of the guys that I've coached here in the past, and I hope that they turn up and I get to see a lot of those guys, because I felt like I had a lot of special years here, special times with special people. But just overall, just all of our alumni to come back, to be able to experience coming back home. I want them to have a good experience here, and hopefully we play well and give them a good show on the field.
Well, let's talk very quickly. Talladega, the Tigers come. Be a huge opportunity to get a region win. Talk a little bit about the Tigers.
They're under a first-year coach as well, and he's done a good job. I really feel like they've made a lot of improvements from maybe some of the teams in the past. Their quarterback is very athletic, very fast. He throws the ball well. They have some athletic receivers that are very scary, and we got to keep them contained.
Well, I tell you, we expect a big crowd here at Ellie Bell Field coming up on Friday night. It's homecoming, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Make plans to be in the stadium. It's going to be another great opportunity for the Tigers to get this win over the Talladega Tigers. That's going to do it for Den Talks. For Coach Von Lee, I'm Tommy Woods saying so long. See you next time right here with more Den Talks.